Okay. Peace and love. Sending everybody an energetic care package of harmony. So, I've decided to just do another video today. And to be honest, I've been enjoying doing some form of connection every single day. I just feel like it helps me with my development. And there's no harm that can be done in just expressing more perspectives and more love and light. Now, as I was walking up to this spot, the word profanity came to me, and then it was made quite clear to me, and I could feel the energy of Gaia stepping forward to help with the bringing forward of this message. That, and sorry, it's a bit windy, so I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me clearly, but I'm getting that there's going to be this huge need for everybody, basically, really everybody, to express their discomforts with the Matrix, and not just express the discomforts of the Matrix, but express the things that they really do not like about this current way of living that we live. And what energy wants me to make clear is that when it comes to expressing these things that we do not like about the Matrix, it's not a negative thing. The reasoning behind expressing these things is not a negative reason, but what needs to happen is people need to be truthful about what they do not want in order for us to really understand and know what we do want for our future and for our collective experience of planet Earth and being a human being. And for some reason I'm seeing humans kind of take the reins of the horse as if we're now taking control. And again, in another video I mentioned that it felt as if the galactics are now taking a step back and allowing us to kind of just work out our direction rather than them constantly interfering. And again, they are still giving us guidance, they are still channeling messages to us. However, it just feels like their physical interference with what we are doing has lessened. Okay, so I think we will begin with the Starseed Oracle deck, since as we just have that little bit of galactic insight. But it's like, what do we want? And I'm hearing, do we want pain, do we want suffering? Because it's 100% possible to have an experience, to live a life free from pain, free from suffering, Whale and Orca elders, share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. So again, confirmation when it's speaking on sharing your song, again, sharing your perspective, sharing the things that may be hidden well below the surface that you may not have expressed. And I'm getting there's things to do with race that kind of really do need to be spoken about. I'm seeing that everybody has something that is ready to explode out of them. Everybody has a discomfort. Everybody has been oppressed in some way. And it showed me, even if you're kind of the traditional ideal person, and really I don't know what the ideal person is, but it's just referring to an ideal person in terms of being in this matrix and being in this experience. It's saying that even those people have things that have been oppressed, because a huge component of oppression is masculinity and femininity. They have been oppressed in both sexes. Sorry, I'm just receiving another message, but I don't know whether it's for this video or for another one. and it's regarding masculinity and femininity again, and the women and the man. And it's that we're coming into a space where masculinity in women has now become something that can be explored and can be expressed and can kind of be brought into their experience. But femininity in men is something that is still 100. They're showing me like, first I was going to say 100, but then they showed me like 90. Now I'm seeing like 98% oppressed. So basically, like, it's still something that men are not free to express when it comes to femininity. But with this card, the sharing your song, I am getting that there is going to be a lot coming to the light, a lot of things coming to the surface. So we have forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. And then we have inner earth, you'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. Okay. So definitely what I'm getting with this is that it isn't 100% necessary for us to be sharing our negative experiences. Again, there are things to learn from both the good and the bad, and acknowledging what we do not want will enable us to know what we do want. And I mean collectively in terms of how we want to experience Earth. Forge, don't follow, pave a new path. Don't be afraid to say the things that you have to say, because quite often we've came to a place where the world is based upon freedom of speech, but as soon as people have freedom of speech, as soon as people actually express the things that they want to express that are not in alignment with somebody else's perspective, they are chastised. There's this cancellation culture. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid to be chastised for the things that are true to you. You have to pave a new way and be the leader that you wish you had. And in you, expressing the things that honestly feel dark to you, that honestly make you feel down, that you wish you didn't have to experience as part of Earth or part of this human experience. You expressing that will bring a new way. You expressing that will enable other people to be able to share their discomforts. And it will also bring new solutions and beginnings, which will also help us when it comes to 5D Earth. Okay. Longing for home, homesick for stars, high Earth. For some reason I'm getting something to do with galactics, and it's almost like they are waiting for us to come through this portal, waiting for us on the other side of the veil, waiting for us to see them, hear them, know of their true existence. And they're saying it's not wishful thinking, that they exist. They do exist. But right now, it's more so you have to feel their existence rather than kind of know their existence. And what they mean by knowing their existence, they mean by physically being able to like see them, and because that's the way that a lot of us kind of understand things that are real and tangible to be truth. And they're saying that we are real, we are true, but right now you have to feel us to know us. I don't know why I'm getting like Ashtar or the Galactic Federation of Light or something. You're not for everybody. Embrace your weirdness, facing your true north. So yes. I'm getting there's a select few of you that, and I don't know whether that's the way that I'm hearing the message. There's a select few of you that, sorry, the rest of it's gone. I'm getting there's a select few of you that really do know the essence of life, the magic of life, and it's that each day you're experiencing more of it. Each day we're experiencing more, I want to say, magic. And it's almost that people are going to, there's an element of like, I don't know why, when something happens or a change or something really magical happens, something that we didn't expect to be able to be possible on Earth, it's almost that people are going to watch kind of certain people be selected. It's almost like a rapture of some sort, or how they like depict raptures in the movies and stuff. But it's almost like people are going to witness kind of chosen ones or chosen people. Or it's not chosen people, it's kind of, I want to say, enlightened individuals or conscious individuals. And again, we're all responsible for our consciousness. Or the raising of our consciousness, the raising of our vibration. So the wind just blew slightly heavier, and I was getting that there's a change of some sort. Then I heard change the cards, so I'm gonna pull from another deck. Let's pull one from the Moonology Oracle deck, see what comes forward. For some reason I'm getting like shamanistic talents, and then I'm seeing like all these kind of healers, all these shamans, all these energy workers kind of releasing energy up into the cosmos. I don't know why, it just feels like we're sending a signal to the galactics, or we're sending a message out into the universe. So we have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. And we have balance, spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces. So Pisces obviously intuition. Have faith in your dreams, okay. So what I'm seeing with that what just came forward regarding the seeing of kind of healers and light workers sending energy out into the universe, sending out a message to the cosmos, it's almost like it's kind of planting seeds, manifestations. And again, I'm getting like, we're going to reap the benefits, and this message has been coming out in a few videos of reaping the benefits of our hard work, reaping the benefits of working with the light and for the light. But this is more talking about collectively we're going to see the benefit. Collectively we're going to see the changes and the shifts, and they're going to happen quite swiftly. And I don't know why I'm getting like the number 49. I don't know what that means, but that came to me also last night when I was connecting with my guide Roger. The number 49 came, but he didn't die when he was 49, and now that number's coming back up, so I'm not sure what that means. I don't know what that number's for, but let me write it down just so I have it. Okay. So I'm getting that more things need to be brought to the light. I'm getting it's not complete, it's not finished. I'm also getting that the awakening's not done, it's not finished, it's not complete. I'm getting this is the start. And the end is near. And for many, it's going to feel like it's going to take such a long time for the end to come, or for the changes to kind of be there that are in a way that they're smooth and we're kind of just living normal life again, but in a more healthy, more spiritual way. But for others, it's going to be that it's happened really quickly. That it's almost like when they open their eyes, everything's changed. And I'm getting that, unfortunately, for some, it's going to also be too late. I'm getting that really right now, this is probably the most important time to be raising our vibration, to be raising our frequency, and to be coming into connection with Source. And it's that no one's left behind, but people are definitely left behind. And what is coming is that it's not that we're left behind, it's that you leave yourself behind, it's that you don't hop on board, it's that you're not getting on the train. And that train is the train of spirituality, that train is the train of finding your God self and becoming to know your God self. And they're saying, I'm getting that it's not about 100% being in alignment with that God self, but it's at least discovering that God self and beginning to know that that self is real, that you are part of this grand matrix, that everything is an expression of yourself and you are an expression of everything. And without that initial spark of knowing, that's when you'll be left behind when the shift happens. Oh my, I just realised that goes straight back to kind of the rapture message. Keep your dreams alive. Leap of faith. I have Roger coming forward, and he's kind of saying that throughout his career, he had to keep his dreams alive. He had to take constant leaps of faith, and those leaps of faith were only leaps of faith that were on himself. Like, he invested in himself, he took risks in himself because he knew of his divinity, and him embodying his divinity was kind of what kept him going, really. Because in that being of his divine self was a release of like fear and worry about what others thought, and fear about the things that he did in the past. And when he's saying about keeping your dreams alive, when this card's come out and we have Roger stepping forward, what he's saying is that he was aware of many things that he did in his career, many things that could have meant that he kind of lost his connection to Source. But again, in the things that he did in his past, there was more so a lack of connection to himself, not his connection to Source. And when he was coming back into himself, when he was embodying his God self, that kind of was able to eliminate things of the past and also again keep his dreams alive. It's just that I don't know, there's a connection to his God self that kept him in alignment, that enabled him to kind of still work for the light, because it's bringing to my attention that many that may have been on a path that he was on may not be working for the same forces that he was. He was very much so aware that to kind of, sometimes what you have to do is, if you can't beat them, join them, and you have to break them down from within. And that's what he was doing. He's showing me the signing of kind of a contract, and kind of like, oh, I don't even want to say it on my channel, but it's kind of like signing your soul to the devil. He's showing me that, but he was very much so aware of what he was doing and his intentions of what he was doing, but he had to kind of be part of it to break it down from the inside. And what I'm getting is he was successful in what he did. He was successful in, I want to say he kind of fooled the devil, or fooled the powers that be that kind of controlled him. He was able to fulfill his role. He was, I want to say he was a mole, but a mole for the light. He worked for the light. And at the bottom of the deck we have perfect setting. He put himself in the right place, although it may not seem right for him, although there may things be put out on him which are true. He's saying they are true, however, that's just one perspective of the truth. Okay, so we're gonna pull 2 cards from the Crystal Therapy card healing deck, and we're just going to see if there's any guidance on what we can do to kind of help us during this time. And I know that I'm channeling because when I channel, or when information or guidance comes through to me, when my guys change the topic, which I feel like Roger kind of has, I will forget everything that I was just speaking on, everything that was just given to me to say. And literally right now my mind's blank. So I'm sorry for like what I pull now, it switches to a different topic, but that's just what happens. So we have Amethyst, open mind and power. Okay. So for some reason he's bringing me to other celebrities, people that were in a similar position to him. He's saying there's many people that are working for the light but that look as if they're working for the dark. And again, you have to understand that that's part of the powers that be. That's a part of their intention. They're saying taking symbols and signs and changing our knowing and understanding of them from positive to negative will enable you to see certain stars and figures as being negative beings as well, and working for negativity and not working for the light. But also he's saying that you have to understand that many of them that go into kind of maybe the music industry or acting or anything like that, we're living in a time when most of us are aware of the powers that be, the forces that be, and we're aware of duality and positive and negative, and that there's always going to be negative people around, and people that are not necessarily putting out the best narrative. And he's saying that you have to understand that if we have that understanding, and a lot of us still going to that, a lot of us are going into these areas or careers knowing that they're going to be surrounded by these people, knowing that people may try and alter their message, but their intention is that of light. And what we have to do is connect to our feeling and not connect to narratives that are just put out. You have to connect to the feeling of these artists. And for some reason I want to mention Chris Brown. I had him on in one of my guidance videos that I don't think I've put out yet, or I may have put it out but may have chopped his name out of it. But he constantly comes up in my presence as somebody that his light has been tainted by obviously things that have happened in his past, but also I want to say what was put out was not the full truth. It was not the full I just want to say it wasn't the full truth of what happened. And again, he's saying connect to the feeling of his music, connect to the feeling of his artwork, and make a judgment from that rather than things that are put out. And again, he's saying that, well, what's coming to me is that we are not moments in time, we are a complete, I want to say that we are the whole bandwidth of experience. We're not just a moment. Like if someone does something bad, or say somebody murders somebody, yes, they're a murderer in that moment, but are they a murderer for their whole life? Okay, so I think we're going to leave it there. At the bottom of the deck we have insight. I don't know why, I just felt like we should point that out. Yes, again, connecting to feeling instead of just connecting to what's on surface level. So I thank you for joining me. I'm sorry that I'm rushing a bit abruptly, but I'm getting that cold that I'm starting to shake, my voice is starting to shake. So I send you peace. I thank you for joining me. I thank my guide Roger for assisting me and helping me push out these messages. I also thank Gaia and her presence. Peace and love. Ashe.